Like, I've always heard streamers say, and she's always told me, oh, it eventually eats at you. Eventually it eats at you. Maybe that's true. We'll find out. But for now, it doesn't bother me. It's not that I don't register it. It's just that, like, I don't know, like, oh wow, there's a person in the world that doesn't like me. Like, right? Like, there's probably a lot of those. Let them say their I don't mind that at all. Okay? Anyways.
I don't think this guy has all of his screws in his head. Good evening, everyone. Since I last covered the Amouranth day-long argument stream, it seems that it ended with her and her husband still despising each other. And since then, I guess her husband Nick felt compelled to drop a video getting back at all the hate comments that he was receiving. And FYI, the only hateful chats I saw in that stream were just saying, call the police, call the police, call the police, call the police. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching that, as well as some other people's reaction to this. Because, by the way, some of these people are not very smart, in my opinion. Okay, so basically, for life of me, I can't find like the actual original clip, like from his TikTok or Twitter, whatever. So my only source for this is Yeet. I love them. But like, there's a clip itself, and he said, Amouranth's husband, Nick, gives an update on the multi-day feud, says the hate comments don't get to him, at least not yet. Always, and he quotes, always heard streamers say, eventually it eats at you. It doesn't bother me. I can read it and smile. Okay, I watched the clip in a second, right? But if that's all true, if he's more concerned about the hate comments, holy fuck, dude. Now, from my understanding, right, the multi-day long argument stream is over. It stopped. I'm not sure it ended, but like, I wish the best for Amouranth, right? And then, so after that ended, fucking her husband's coming on this fucking video on TikTok, whatever, being like, guys, your hate comments doesn't do shit. If that's true, like, what the fuck's wrong with him? He got like a day-long argument, and he's being like, I don't give a shit, I'm strong, it won't get to me. He's fucking psychotic. And like, bro, like, I'll read the replies in a second, right? But like, everyone here is fucking moronic, being like, oh, they're both crazy. Nick and Amouranth, they're fucking crazy in the brain. I'm like, okay, I've had the same position as like as in my last video, right? I think Nick is, very crazy, and I think Amouranth is mentally unstable, but I feel really bad for her, right? I'm not sure what she has, right? She's schizophrenic, BPD, whatever, but like, she's very clearly not in a good place, to like have full control of herself, or like watch his streaming, or to actually leave him, divorce him. So I blame her for keeping this all on stream, but at the same time, I get like how she lost control at this point. Like she can't really operate at her best capability. So now I watch the clip right now, and I want to see what this guy, this scumbag, has to say real quick. Let me lower the volume so it doesn't blast my mic.
Negative comments, right? Endless negative comments. It didn't affect me.
Also, I'm not gonna claim he's on cocaine, right? But like, look at him. Like, let me zoom in for a second.
Like, I've always heard streamers say, and she's always told me. And
the way, okay, he looks normal now, but like the way he speaks, I swear to God, he's on something.
Oh, eventually eats at you. Eventually it eats at you. Maybe that's true. We'll find out. But for now, it doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't. Like, and like the reason why this is like so amazing to me is that I know full well that the hate comments is people being like, hey man, just leave her alone, stop yelling at her, please leave her alone, all that shit. I have no idea what the hate comments are. Like, there's no way it's calling out like gay, like like a nerd, that stuff. Like, after like a day-long argument, it's people probably being like, hey man, leave her alone, all that stuff. Does he count as hate comments? If so, that's fucking crazy. I can read it and smile, right?
He can read, okay, allegedly, he can read a comment saying leave your wife, and he's like, I smile at it.
It's not that I don't.
Oh, but like, I don't know like how old he is, in his late 20s, early 30s, whatever, but like, they're so gay. I can read hate comments and smile.
Register it. It's just that, like, I don't know, like, oh wow, there's a person in the world that doesn't like me. Like, so?
Maybe, if I had to imagine, right, I think in this one instance, they don't like you because you were fucking yelling at your wife for like up to 10 hours or much longer than that, right? Like from my understanding, from what Amouranth said, she claims that it all started because she was asking for him for help, to pick up dog shit in the garden, and he was smoking a nice fat Cuban cigar, and she interrupted his wonderful smoke, and that tilted both of them to start arguing. That's insane. So of course I'm like way more biased, unfortunately, against Nick, because he seems fucking irrational. I mean, they both seem irrational, but like this guy even more so.
Right? Like, there's probably a lot of those. It's fine. Okay. let them say their shit. You know, I don't mind that at all. Okay?
What a beautiful smile. I love that smile.
Anyways, we might be on Pearl's thing.
What did he say? He might be on parole or Pearl, he said.
Anyways, we might be on Pearl's thing.
On parole? Is he saying parole or Pearl?
Negative comments. Right?
Okay, that's it, you know, whatever. My God. I wish that for both of them, they don't go on stream for like another day. No, okay, I'm gonna be entirely honest, right? I hope that the next stream we have from Amouranth, you know, next week or whenever, she shows the fucking divorce paper. Like, I feel so bad for her being stuck with him. I think they're only together miserably because, you know, for business reasons. Like, he's better managing the business than she is, and she's, you know, the main talent. So Nick needs her, right? But like, Amouranth, if you're watching Azul, if you're a YouTuber, please, I ask of you, right? Just divorce this guy and maybe like find a new manager or like a new hobby wobby to take care of the business for you. Because this guy is fucking psychotic. Okay, leave him, right? And then you spend like a good month off stream, you know, not getting on kick, whatever, like just getting therapy, you know, to fix yourself, you know, get new medication or, you know, whatever, like do whatever you want, just get better mentally. Please, I beg of you, right? Bro, that streamer, like, I criticized Nick, but she was also just like mentally off the hinges. She was crazy, just yelling at him non-stop, you know. Oh my God, so you won't stop yelling at me. She was crazy as well, my God. But like, I feel like, you know, in her case, it's more of like, you know, just being mentally unwell, whilst with Nick, he seems a bit cuckoo, whatever. Now, okay, like, aside from that, right, I really hate these fucking people. I hate all of them. Technical, I'm not sure what this guy said. I read the replies, right, and then I'll go after like the dumbest ones, because time and time again, right, people have been like, oh, it's all fake. Amouranth, he's a scripted bitch. It's not real. When, in my opinion, right, I think, so what the fuck about this is fake at all? How do you argue with your husband for like up to 10 hours all on stream and you never drop the act, not even once? I see people have been saying, right, you know, oh, it's scripted because, you know, she wants to get down stream, you know, for the money. Well, choosing's right. Fair enough, whatever. But like, at the same time, she was doing that to like 5k viewers. 5k view, that's it. That might be pretty good for on her standards, but like, that's not that much, you know. Like, in what world would you argue for 10 hours or even more for 5k viewers? That's not worth it at all. Whatever. And like, once again, I hate to repeat myself, but like, I don't blame her, you know, because like, she's clearly mentally unwell. And on her side as well, you know, she might want to record that and like archive it for like, you know, for court, whatever, and be like, Your Honor, I want to leave him, you know, like, please be more generous for me in this court decision, because he's yelling at me much more, and he's the real perpetrator, the real antagonist in this, whatever. But like, everyone in here, right, they don't like account for that, and they all blame Amouranth for herself, whatever. They're both fucking morons. They'll do everything to keep the money and fame. Okay, well, again, like, I feel like Amouranth, if she wanted to, she could quit on day one. She's fucking minty. She's rich. Why would she want, you know, like, keep on streaming, aside from, you know, being like having a time, you know, taken up, like having something to do? Why didn't Amouranth just leave his ass the first time? Time for divorce. That's what I mean, like, you know, I will admit, you know, the fact that she's still with him to this point is insane to me. Just leave his ass. Leave him, girl. Okay, then why is he even talking about it if he doesn't care? Okay, that's a good one, actually. Should just be ignored it then. Not trying to prove to an audience that he's fine. Lamau. Do you marry to a porn star? What? Is she still on OnlyFans? On Fansly, whatever? I think she might be, whatever. No, I believe her 100%. Oh my God, thank you. No, I believe her 100% now because of him wearing that hat. Wait, is it? Oh... It's a fucking like Irish, you know, Jacksepticeye hat. Taramontia, lads. Alright, what do we have? He looks like Glenn from The Walking Dead or the Asian Cowboy. What, because he's Asian? That's a bit racist. Actually, well, give me a second, guys. Hold on. I guess like the face shape matches up, whatever. What do we have? Life lesson. When people say it doesn't bother me, it in fact bothers the fuck out of them slightly. Yeah, that's true. People have been hating on him and her for years at this point, and it's not like he doesn't... what do you mean? No, okay, like, let's be... Okay, flashback to the past, right? When Amouranth had the first situation, you know, breaking down the stream, crying, with Nick on the phone, fucking everyone joined her side. like people started, like switching sides when she got robbed, and he stood up for her by shooting the fucking robbers, and they're like, wait a second, that makes no sense. If he really hates her, why would he defend her? Like, just absolute morons, right? Like, people are always on the side, but like the second the first drama broke out, they all hated him now. But for some reason, they hate Amouranth for whatever reason now enough that they're both in the same party or being, bad human beings, evil, doing it for the money. It fucking shocks me, dude. What does he have? A nice, Wojak, very nice. Stop posting the shit, please. My feed is full of these idiots. You mean like Nick or both of them? Because they said plural, whatever. I'm just blocking accounts one after another, whatever. He can read and smile because he's a leech. He's a leech. He's trying so hard to act like Asmongold, but he's failing miserably. Very clearly just enjoys cocaine. He very clearly enjoys cocaine. Let the man live. Okay, thank God I'm not the only one that, that made that joke. That's really funny. They have, this guy's a psychopath. Fair enough. Okay, you know what? I think some of these people are actually being smart. Look at this shit. 48k likes. 48 likes, like calling him a psycho. Fair enough, I like that actually. What a weird strategy to cope being a micro penis cock. Okay, Kyle, you're alleging that. You definitely proof, whatever. I don't get it. This guy is on the brink of tears. He sounds extremely affected, lol. It totally bothers him 100%. Yeah, like, if you go back and watch the stream when they're arguing, right, every single person, in English and also Russian speakers would be like, call the police, call the police, call the police. They were all calling him a psycho, right? And if you want further proof of someone being a psycho, they will deny being a psychopath. Like, they would be like, I'm not a psychopath, I'm normal, I'm happy. Like, it was like the same case in that video, right? We're just smiling. Like, look at them. Go back for a second.
I don't register it. It's just that, like, I don't know, like, oh wow, there's a person in the world that doesn't like me. Like, so, right? Like, there's probably a lot of those.
I'm sorry. He acts like a fucking anime character. People just hate me. People hate me for no reason. They hate me. I'll read a couple more replies and I'm done, because some of these are not that bad, but like they're all just very generic, just like one sentence shit. Let's have, oh, interesting. Is this real? I wonder who will turn this into a video first. Either way, I'm watching it. Okay, if you want to watch me then if you want. Why is this dude so unnerving? There's something not right. Guy's only a professional parasite. Fair enough. When is the next episode? Season finale? The fucking streamers. Yeah, because he's making millions from it. Dude is just lucky to be there. They're both on cocaine. Wow, very, very insightful. Okay, that's it. I'm done, right? Okay, I don't know the context behind this. I think like it was on his TikTok, fucking wherever. But like, I don't know what compelled him to make a video being like, like record a clip being like, guys, your hate comments, they don't affect me at all. Like very weird and gay behavior, like that's when you would see back in like 2010, not right now. But either way, again, I want to, next week, I want to see Amouranth fucking leave his house, leave the mansion and just stay the fuck away from him. That's all I want, because he's clearly like not in good care with him, being married, being in works with him. He's just a psychopath. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Cancel me if you want.